On this edition of the All Dodgers podcast, we revisit a lot of parts of Monday night's live stream where I break down the Dodgers and where they stand with the hot stove, where they stand with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Lucas Giolito, a lot of different pitchers on the free agent market, and how Yamamoto is kind of holding everything up. You may have already saw this with the live stream. I wanted to edit and re-upload some parts of this because the live stream got so broken thanks to my internet. So if you already saw this, I apologize. If you're clicking this again, hopefully you watched through it and this is a more concise version of the live stream. To everybody that joined the live stream, I thank you so much. The super chats, I thank you so much. We will be doing live streams hopefully every Monday and Thursday throughout the off season, and then we'll figure out the rest from there. But here's the rest of the video. But let's get into the show. Let's get into what I wanted to talk about. The segment is leading off, and we'll set the stage. Shohei Ohtani is officially a Dodger. This we know. Tyler Glasnow officially a Dodger for the next 5 years with that contract extension. So now the question on everybody's mind is, what is next for Andrew Friedman and company, the front office? What is this team going to do? And I think that's kind of the question for the entire league right now, because everybody is waiting on Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That's where the hot stove talk is leaning, and the hot stove is kind of a cold stove. It's a lukewarm stove. Nothing is happening right now, and nothing's going to happen until Yamamoto makes his decision. So we are in Yamamoto Watch 2023. Do I have the button? I guess that's royalty-free tada. So mash that thumbs up for royalty-free. Brandon Gomes, Dodgers general manager, said today the Dodgers are still looking to add talent after going out and acquiring Tyler Glasnow, and of course they lost Ryan Pepiot along the way, so they need to add to the pitching, even if Tyler Glasnow is a on paper step up over Pepiot, because there's a proven track record. They need to add more. They need to add a few arms, at least 2 more arms in my opinion, to really feel exceptionally confident about making it through an entire season and looking into the postseason. And of course, nobody is more important to everybody in baseball right now than Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The Dodgers are in on him. The Mets are in on him. Yankees, Red Sox, the Blue Jays. I think there might be a flight. Go check the records. The Giants are trying to get anybody. They just signed Jung-Hoo Lee. Really good move for them. Giants are still trying to spend some money. According to the latest rumors, it's down to 2, or latest reports, it's down to the 2 or 3 teams. It's holy shit. I am Donovan 73. $100 super chat. What the hell? How do you people have money? That's like so cool. But I thank you so damn much. I should probably read the super chat from I am Donovan 73, who gives us $100 in the chat here on YouTube. That's cool. That's going to make for a Merry Christmas. Maybe I'll get you something on that wish list a little bit later. But it says, just to get you started, usually don't agree with you, but always appreciate the Dodger love. And oh yeah, fire that bum, Dave Roberts. I appreciate that. Let's give one of those. I'm going to have to make an official bell, by the way. So if we have one, I think, is that good? It's a gong. Do you guys want a gong for super chats? I got that, or... No, it's really loud. Sorry. That's going to blow out people's ears. So I will spend more time on the soundboard again to get reacclimated. But thank you so much for the super chat. And I don't agree with Fire Dave Roberts, but that's where we have love here on YouTube. It's fun. It's fun to be wrong. It's fun to be, it's fun to be wrong. It's fun to have an argument about something. But Yamamoto, 3 teams are allegedly at the top of the heap, being the Dodgers, the Mets, and the Yankees. Reading the notes here that I got, the Mets, according to one report, appear to be the most desperate to sign him at the moment. Steve Cohen, according to The Athletic, I guess they're saying it's Yamamoto or bust right now, as it was said. Yamamoto met with the Mets. He came and greeted with the Mets. Okay, I messed that one up. But still, they met a second time over the weekend at his own request. This came according to SNY's Andy Martino, because we source our people here, working in the Dodgers' favor. Martino said it was also, quote, highly significant to Yamamoto's camp that Shohei was involved in the Dodgers conversation in their pitch meeting last week at Dodger Stadium. Of course, I talked about that, and that I'll link that video here after this live stream is over. But again, the Shohei thing is important, and I guess Shohei thing is important in another way, in that there have been rumors, there have been reports that Shohei, or I should say Yamamoto, might have some trepidation about playing alongside another Japanese superstar player like, Shohei, which he's, last time I checked, probably the biggest star in the world right now when it comes to all of the sports. Other reporting saying that doesn't seem to be that big of an issue. Of course, if he signs with the Mets, they also got Kodai Senga, as somebody points out my Nintendo back there. Technically, it's Mrs. FRG's Nintendo, but that one doesn't work. We got a whole bunch of them that don't work. So if you guys want to fix them, let me know in the comments below. But that doesn't seem to really be an issue. The whole idea about sharing the spotlight with another Japanese star. I guess the Mets are really trying to lean in on this as well. This one just came out maybe about half an hour ago, that the Mets are trying to sell Yamamoto on the idea of not living in Shohei's shadow, playing in Los Angeles. But it's more fun winning rings, and I think them together would work really well. Notably, I think it was over the weekend or middle of last week, Bob Nightingale, not the same one that gave us money here in the chat earlier, but of course, the one that does the reporting and the whatnot on the internet, said the Dodgers were, quote, also all in on Yoshi-san, as I call him here. So the hot take for me on this is, today, I guess, to preface it, the bidding on Yamamoto is allegedly opening today, or this is the time for teams to finally get their sort of final bids in. He has until January 4th to accept a deal. It seems like it's going to happen now. It should happen before Christmas, but it could happen as early as today, according to ESPN. Jeff Passan, the legend. When it comes to the Dodgers, though, I do wonder, and this is my take on it. Again, I do wonder about using that potential salary, because we're looking at a dude who's going to be another $30-35 million a year guy, using that salary in a more, I'll call it a diversified way. Maybe you get two pitchers for the price of one when this team does need a little bit more help, and you want some of the rookie guys. You want an Emmett Sheehan to be not the number 5 starter coming out of spring training. You ideally have him, your ace at AAA, ready to go, ready to fill in for when this team needs some help along the way, which every team inevitably needs some help here. So I say sign 2 or 3 arms. I will name those 2 arms later on in the stream, and they're also not on my wish list. Well, one of them is, but sign 2 or 3 arms, and guys, really, I would say just guys that aren't going to be tied to the club for the next decade. There's kind of a few players now where for years this team didn't seem overly invested on, or overly in on investing on people and having them stick around for 6, 8, 10 years. And then the dam broke with Mookie, and then it became Mookie, and then it became Freddie for 6, and now it's Shohei for 10. To have another one, I mean, I understand it's not my money, but it's something I have some concern about, I guess, in the long run, for a team that really, really values its optionality and its ability to kind of sign whoever it wants, whenever it wants. But notably, I will say, the best version of this team absolutely has Yoshinobu Yamamoto at the top of the rotation. But I think personally, I'll be fine if he signs elsewhere, because I still know this team, this front office, Andrew Friedman is not done. They are not done making the moves. Didn't want to do this one too much. Don't want to dive into this one too much, because I'm happy with the latest rumors on it. But we got to talk about Blake Snell for a second, because according to John Heyman, New York Post, Dodgers appear to be not interested in Blake Snell, which is both surprising and not surprising. But it doesn't seem like anybody's really overly interested in Blake Snell right now. Doesn't seem like a lot of teams are overly interested in a lot of other players right now, until, this Yamamoto deal gets done wherever he ends up going. The quote was, the Dodgers are showing interest in seemingly every pitcher but Blake Snell. So I want to know your thoughts on that, because I kind of feel like I'm very okay with that. He walks a lot of dudes, doesn't really pitch deep into games. Sweaty Raider says Snell overrated. That's a take. That's a take I don't disagree with. To me, he kind of just feels better as an enemy of the Dodgers over these many years. See, I am Donovan saying Montgomery is a free agent. I'm gonna get to Montgomery. 1800 says Imanaga. I'm gonna get to Imanaga in a little bit. So while you're here, while you guys are waiting, hit that thumbs up button. But that's about all I have to say really on the Snell thing. I agree. Yeah, player also agrees. Snell overrated. Very good pitcher when he gets on a heater. We saw that last year with the Padres. He can be disgusting. Two-time Cy Young Award winner for a reason. But there's just something that isn't there for me. And maybe it is the gamer thing. Like, it seems like he's he's a gamer, but you would want somebody to pitch beyond the sixth inning more often. You're paying somebody top dollar. You should be able to ideally regularly count on 6 or 7 innings, at least 20 of their 30 starts. But my unprompted prediction that I'm definitely going to be wrong on, Blake Snell signs with the Giants. Just throwing that out there. But the next guy I wanted to talk about, again, Josh Hader. He was linked last week. Sports Illustrated, Tom Verducci. Not a friend. Don't know him. But that was honestly the most direct link we've seen of Hader to any team so far this winter. Hader really has just been sort of floating in the wind. I'm not 100% sure why that is. It feels to me, you have to wonder about his end of season comments last year, where it kind of felt like him and Bob Melvin. I mean, they had we'll call it a public disagreement about him getting more than 3 outs, pitching more than 1 inning when, yeah, the Padres were out of it, but they weren't officially out of it. They weren't technically out of it. They were streaking at the end of the year. Good things were happening for them. They were trying to win some games, and he's like, nah, I don't want to pitch. I don't want to get 4 outs. Like, I'm worried more about my free agency, which I guess is his right. But to me, if I'm in that clubhouse, I don't like that. Absolutely, if I'm in that clubhouse, sure, I don't carry the big league stature here. I'm not a big leaguer. But to me, I have somebody in my clubhouse who doesn't want to put in the work. I'm not a fan of it. That's just that's how I feel about it, and that's why nobody asked my opinion about how I feel about things. But I've also again just generally been out on Hader. I think you could spend your money better than whatever the $21 million he might get a year. I think there was one note. What I have, industry is thinking that Hader's going to exceed the 5-year, $102 million deal that Edwin Diaz signed last winter. So again, paying $20 million a year to a closer when you don't necessarily need it. I'm not overly pro that. However, I've talked myself into Hader a little bit more, just because if the Dodger team this year is going to go like full free spending, and they really want to win this year, they really want to win the next 2 years, they want to win for Shohei, for the heat, the hype, or whatever the what do they call those words? You know, the words where Freddie and Mookie are good right now, and they're still young enough to win some games. You guys know those words. Try to maximize this winning window and go out and get Hader and form yourself sort of a 3-headed monster at the back end of the bullpen. I don't think Hader, if they were to sign him, which I'm not overly for, if they were to sign him, I wouldn't want to see him be the closer. I would rather see him get some 9th innings, Evan Phillips get some 9th innings, get Joe Kelly some 9th innings in there before he ends up retiring. I saw a comment here. Mario Torres on YouTube says, we don't need Hader. We got Bazooka. I also just realized I forgot to turn on the chat, guys. My bad. And apparently that straight broke the stream for a second. So get that back up and running. Mike M says we need two good starters over another reliever. 1,000%, 1,000,000,000%. That is the correct take. I'm gonna give that one a coin. Next one I really wanted to talk about, and this is kind of my guy, Shota Imanaga. I'm on the Imanaga train, and I don't even know what that means, but I like him. He's not as dominant as Yamamoto. He still strikes out batters at a really nice clip, career high in 2023. He limits the walks. He really has control dialed in. 30 should be much, much cheaper than Yamamoto. The Athletic predicted, 4 years, $52 million. I got that in my pocket here. Somebody. As Roach joins us in the chat. What's going on, Roach? Good to see you. John Morosi. It seems like a lot of people have some problems of late with John Morosi. He said averaging 20 million annually, AAV annually for Imanaga, which is a pretty good deal. What I like about Imanaga, besides the fact that he's cheaper than Yamamoto, he's also, again, he's 30. He's still got some pocket of being dominant in there. But importantly, he throws left-handed, and a lot of people have noted online the Dodgers are very right-hand heavy. So it really helps out that all right-handed lineup for the Dodgers if you're able to get somebody like Imanaga in there. And then when you have Imanaga, you have a little bit more money. Go out and spend a little more, because why not? I want to throw this out there. Here's my Imanaga take. Again, I personally, I really like the idea of Imanaga moving up. Just to say the name is what I really like. But moving up in the Dodgers offseason plan, especially because with him coming at that cheaper rate, like I said, there's room to add the next guy I'm going to talk about for the rotation. I said if we're going to save some money, not sign Yamamoto, and have money for maybe Imanaga, why not also throw in somebody I've said for a while is guaranteed to be the next Dodger. I can't envision a world where this man is not a Dodger. It's Lucas Giolito. Calling him a long-time future Dodger. He's coming off a down year, which is exactly when you want to sign him. Shout out Noah Syndergaard. But it puts the Dodgers in a perfect spot to pounce. This is what they do. I feel a 1-year bounce-back deal, like $15 million range, it smells right to me. Reports say there could be some multi-year deals out there. I think the Athletic had him at like 4 years and 70 as an option, which I don't trust the Athletic predictions very, very far, but it's a reality. I think it would be smarter. As I say, I don't trust the Athletic predictions very far. I am going to bring up a note here. I had Jim Bowden of the Athletic, of course. Respected journalist in the game, says Giolito should be looking, like I said, though, so I do appreciate that he echoes my sentiment. He's going to be looking to ink that rebound deal, and that, quote, the Dodgers make sense on that rebound deal. Okay, there's a part here where the whole stream just straight up blew up. Internet broken. I'm looking at you. I'm blaming you, Spectrum. But here we are. My final take on Giolito. I was just going to say, or I did say, even tweeted about it, I cannot see a world where Lucas Giolito does not sign with the Dodgers. And you look at a rotation that has Glasnow, Buehler, and this scenario that I laid out before. You got Imanaga, Lucas Giolito, and Bobby Miller backing it up in the number 5 spot behind all of them. As depth, you got Sheehan, Yarbrough, Gavin Stone, Landon Knack. A lot of options. I'm going to have more on the rotation, just kind of rotation thoughts and the state of the rotation later this week, probably after the Yamamoto signing, if it happens this week, wherever he ends up, because it does affect the team in some way. But that's where this video ends. Thank you so much for anybody who survived it. Thank you for living through the live stream. Thank you for all the super chats that happened earlier. That was amazing. You guys are amazing. I cannot thank you all enough for just being great community, and that's just not me sucking up. I really do mean that. But subscribe on all the things, new fresh content. Again, sorry for kind of repurposing this video, but it got a little, the stream got so broken. I just wanted to get a better, cleaner version out for everybody. So like and subscribe. The thumbs up really does help, and we'll see you on the next one.